Well, first things first, this week I've learned a lot of things. This week I learned that in this world that we live in, one thing, let's see, this world we live in, it's okay to use violence as long as it establishes a cause. It is okay to use violence. Violence inspires movement, inspires, people to take arms and fight for change. Right. Okay. See, I want to get to that part, but first I gotta narrate what has transpired to get to that moment. A few days ago, this guy, Greg Floyd, by the way, I got it right this time. I thought his name was Floyd Green. I don't know why. I just popped into my head while I was at the gym. So I thought it was Floyd Green. It's Greg Floyd. He was killed by police. He was brutally asphyxiated, and his words were, "I can't breathe." You can clearly see it. You don't need the subtitles. You don't even need the subtitles. You can see it. His lips. "I can't breathe," and it was a horrible thing. And first of all, it shouldn't have happened. There's no reason why. I mean, damn, for a police officer to be kneeling on your back like that, boy, you gotta be packing some real heat, like M16s and shit in your backpack or whatever. This man apparently had used a counterfeit bill. I mean, a counterfeit bill. If I told you how many people try to pay with counterfeit 20s, 50s, and hundreds in my store, well, believe me, we'd have a police station right there in the drive-through. Never compelled to call the police. We just ban those people from ever coming back. It was a horrible thing to see, and it you know I condemn the police officers' actions, but I condemn more the ones that are standing around watching and not saying, "Hey man, he's, you might want to get up from him. He says he can't breathe." Where is that guy? Where is that guy showing the restraint and pulling him back? Like, hey, put the cuffs on him, put him on the back of the whatever police van or whatever. But where's that guy saying, we're supposed to bring them to justice, not kill them right here? It makes no sense. Black, white, or whatever. I don't know. People make up all kinds of colors nowadays. I can't even keep up. And that happened. And it's a deplorable fucking act. And I've seen the videos. Ever since I come to this country, I've seen all these videos of police brutality. And the one thing I've seen, it's a widespread, you know, hatred towards black Americans, boys and girls, men and women, but mostly black. And as a Puerto Rican coming into this country and seeing that, you're kind of like, impressed by the fact that why is this shit happening in the 21st century when things should be equal? I just don't understand how you would discriminate somebody over their fucking skin color because it makes no fucking sense. Jesus. Nobody has any control over the goddamn skin color when they're born. If I could, I would have been born red. Believe me, I would have loved that shit. But anyway, so apparently he was killed, as you can see in the video. You don't need any bullshit on the side. You could see it. It has been shown all over the place. It has been replayed. It has been reviewed. We saw it. We all saw it. We heard it. Okay? Justice is coming, believe me. And what people don't understand about the justice system is that even if, let's say, and I'm just speaking hypothetically here, even if they give the David guy, the main, the guy that knelt on the back, even if they give him like 12 days, you don't have to worry. He ain't gonna last 12 days. It's something about the justice system that works in a certain manner. And if you have people that know how the law works, like let's say lawyers maybe, or ex-convicts that or whatever, you get a certain understanding of how things work on the inside. And believe me, right now, in every prison that they might possibly land this guy in, they're already like, volunteering, like, hey, if he comes here, I'll take him. Believe me, that's how it works. Even easier to find out, Jeffrey Epstein. You didn't need to worry about this guy getting, 200 years in prison. He was not going to be there for 200 years. And you know for a fact that he was not a suicide victim. This guy was clearly, killed. It was meant to look like a suicide so that it's an official explanation and there's no further investigation. Of course, because boom, that's it. But we all know the truth. If you're a smart person, you know the truth. So there was going to be justice. There was going to be, and you had the law and you had the people, you had everybody on your side because there was going to be justice. And I understand you want to protest how police brutality has impacted your lives in these past few years. I have seen the videos. I've only lived in the States for 4 years, and I have seen this, I've seen the videos. They're bad. They're bad. And they shouldn't have happened in the first place. But to think that those are the videos that are caught on video, can you imagine how many of those are not even, nobody even knows about? Yeah, I get it. You had me right there. Trust me, you didn't need to do a damn thing. You didn't have to lift the finger. It was deplorable. It was disgusting. And it shouldn't have happened. Here's my problem. I am not an advocate of violence. I do not believe in violent movements. I do not believe that violence gets results. You want to try your best luck and go up against an army base? Hey, be my guest. Go ahead. I challenge any of those school shooters or whatever. Instead of going to a school, go to an army base. See how long you last there. You'll be a man really fast. You don't go up against unarmed civilians and start attacking them. I don't care what group you represent, whether it's the Black Lives Matter, whether it's the LGBT, whether it's the other guys, the Antifa. Wow, that's a weird name. Whatever, any group. You don't just get your message across by creating destruction and violence, random violence, attacking shopping centers and stores. Because you want to spark change. Really, I know some things are going to change after that, believe me, and it ain't going to be the ones you thought they would. Because while you had the people's, support on your side, it kind of lost its way within the protests and within all these riots. And then I have people who just tell me to my face as I try to explain, like, this isn't going to solve anything. This is not the way. Violence is not the way. This is the guy. This is not Andres the gamer who loves shooting shit and blowing shit up in video games. This is Andres the person, okay? So let's just make that clear, once and for all. And the fact that I'm the one telling these people violence is not the answer. I know it's really weird to hear that coming from me. But this is me, the person, like I said. And them telling me like, oh, no, this is necessary because this is how we change, people's thought process. And I'm like, no, this is not how you change that at all. This is how you keep people's thought processes getting worse. But congratulations, you did change it. You changed my mind as to where I was supporting this whole thing. Now I'm like, no, I don't support any groups. I don't support any of these groups or whatever. You know why? Because any of those groups are supposed to have a leader. And a leader is supposed to lead by example. And sometimes that leader is supposed to lead and say, take charge and do this and do that. But also, a leader has to be willing and man enough to restrain his own people and say, no, that's wrong. That is not what we're all about. But none of you did that. None of you took charge. None of you took leadership in doing that. You just went home and let all that crap happen. And that's what I'm against. The fact that you are leaderless. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what group you represent. Violence is fucking wrong. No way you can fucking justify it. I don't care what cost. I don't care what cause you represent or what group you represent or how many times you've been oppressed by, the cheesecake white factory of all those old men in fucking Congress. I don't care. The moment you resort to violence, you lose any momentum and any support. And it is wrong. And the fact that nobody was there to tell you this shit is wrong, that makes it even worse. You might as well say, instead of Black Lives Matter or LGBT, just wear a flag that says silence or violence. How's that? How's that for a hashtag? Hashtag that shit. Why? Because I'm sick and tired of this stupid violence, of people getting, hurt along the way. For what? For what? What have you accomplished? One man dies and justice was going to be made. So then another 20, 30, 100 have to hurt? Have to be killed? So that you can live in your perfect little world? And have your little marches? Is that what it's? What's next? Are you going to come to me? Are you going to attack me? Are you going to tell me like you told those people in whatever, I can't even remember what fucking city it was. Oh, choose a side, whether you're with us or against us. I ain't choosing sides. To me, you're all equally disgusting. You made your point, and your point is wrong. And that is my opinion. And if you don't like it, you don't have to like it. But I don't have to give a shit. So like I said, keep your fucking marches and keep your riots and keep your little groups here and there and there and there. All you're doing is segregating every single one. Congratulations. Keep the violence if you want. But just leave me out of it. Because I don't support it. And I won't live by it. So, whatever. And like I said, I read those texts and those messages there because I sent a message of peace and unity, that instead of dividing each and every single group out there, they should be united for the life of one man who got lost. Because some fucking police were not properly trained or weren't restrained. Were not restrained. There was no leadership there. There was no guy saying, hey, stop it. That's enough. He's had enough. Where was that leader? But you're no different. Because the moment those protests ended, you just went home. You didn't stay there and tell your people, hey, this is not the way and this is not what we represent. So congratulations. At the end of the day, you people are as equal or worse than the cops. And I know some good cops because I play with them in my baseball league. And they come to my store almost every single overnight. And I give them free food because I know the shit they're going through right now. Every cop, good or bad, is right now looking over their shoulders to see whether a glass bottle is coming their way. And that is not the way. That is not the way. I can't remember where I saw it. There was these people coming up to the police officers and giving them hugs. Hugs. Something I haven't gotten in months because of this whole bullshit virus. And they were giving them hugs. I would have been there. I would have given all those cops a fucking hug. That is a message of peace and unity. You want solidarity? There's your movement of solidarity. Not the crap you see on the news. Not the violence. Not the riots. Not the senseless death on the streets. This world has plenty of that in other countries. We don't have to copy it. We don't have to become it. We have to be better than it. We have to stand together. Black, white, Latinos, Chinese, Japanese, Asians in general, every single country, Middle Eastern, Israeli, Palestinians, I don't know what other, Russians, I'm missing all. The world. The world has got to close their eyes and just talk around one another. And forget about colors, forget about religions, forget about what they're wearing, whether they're covering their faces, whether they have a hat, whether they're Jewish, whether they're Catholics, Christians, Muslims. Nothing of that matters at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we're all human. And that is the message of unity, to unite us all in peace. Violence is not the answer and will never be. We had a taste of that in the first 2 world wars. There should not be a third one, because I don't think we'll survive. What hurts me the most is that one of those messages that I got was from someone very close to me, someone I care greatly about and that I trust. And that at one point I even considered sharing a bed with this person. And to have that person tell me that this is the way, that this is the movement, it's important, that violence must be used, that riots do make change, is a little worrying to me. But this isn't about me. This is about the world around me. Because everyone around me matters to me. I live in peace because that is what I want. What do you want? All your little groups out there, LGBT, Antifa, LGBT, Black Lives Matter, all these people, you know what? My life matters too. And I intend to live it to the fullest.